Hi, my name is Gaius.
And my name is Bia.
Welcome to our series where we have the wonderful opportunity to talk with the staff from the Singapore Association for the Deaf.
Join us as we dive in to find out more about the heroes behind the scenes.
Hi, I'm Halim. I'm from the Itinerant Support Service and I am a case manager. ISS means Itinerant Support Service. So itinerant means moving from one place to another place. So ours, the program is basically a school-based program. So most of our interventions are conducted in the school premises. So we have 3 core services in the Itinerant Support Service. We have the case management and counseling, we have the speech and language therapy, and lastly we have the learning support as well. So it is a collaborative approach of working with the students. So it's a multidisciplinary approach whereby we engage various stakeholders, particularly the schools, personnel, the school teachers, as well as parents. Our clients are mainly from the mainstream school. So we are funded program, we are being funded by SG Enable as well as MOE. So most of our clients are from the mainstream school, which means the primary schoolers, the secondary schoolers, as well as those students in junior colleges and centralized institute. So most of our outreach program we do engage via remotely right now. Yeah, through awareness talk, through social media, as well as through our one-to-one engagement when we have sessions with our students. So that's where we engage the teachers as well as the allied educators in the school and to let them know about our program. And we also do like mass email once a year to every school, to all the schools in MOE to let them know about us. Yeah. At the same time, MOE Psychological Service Branch also help us by promoting our services to the schools. So first and foremost, as a case manager and a trained counselor, so the case manager basically manage the whole entire case, right? We oversee a specific case, and we work in partnership with our other team members, which is from the speech and language therapy as well as the learning support. So case managers and counseling. So for case managers we do counseling. We help students to develop their social skills. If there's a counseling issues, then it is something that I would help them to work on with their counseling issues, setting goals, so on and so forth. And for these speech and language therapies, they have a battery of assessment tool that they use to assess students' level or performance in terms of their speech and articulation, assesses their language. Yeah? And the learning support will use their specific set of assessment tools to assess the students' learning abilities, be it in literacy and numeracy. Yeah. So there's academic support in terms of the learning, whereby for the learning support, they basically help the students with, or rather to narrow any kind of academic gaps that the students may have. Yeah, and for the SLT, as mentioned, mainly with articulation or speech. Yeah, case manager and social worker counselors. We help the students with their social and emotional competencies. So I think the challenge for us is with regards to the current situation right now, especially the COVID situation. Most of our intervention needs to be online, right? So because most of our students we serve are either the deaf or the hard of hearing, so most of them are either putting on hearing aids. So sometimes it's a lot more difficult to conduct the session online because of the the safety measures that they need to adhere to, like putting on a mask and having all those equipment and gadgets get connected correctly in order for them to assess our intervention fully. Yeah, so that's take a little bit more of getting used to, and getting the necessary technical know-how on how to support them in this kind of format. Yeah, because prior to COVID, most of our interventions are face-to-face, which is a lot more effective. There's no need to put on mask because some of our students have acquired this so-called skill to either lip read or read our expressions, so it's a lot more easier before COVID. But since then, we have somehow rather evolved and try and doing our best to adapt to these changes, but as for now, things are getting back to how it was. So we are able to go to school now to conduct face-to-face, so even though it's with the mask on, but it's a lot more easier because they can hear us pretty much clearly when it's face-to-face. Most of our time we try to do flexibility because Itinerant Support Service, we have a certain structured process flow from referral to intake. Right now the ministry has given us the directive that we need to work in split team. So I am in team A, and my colleague is in team B, but we share the same case. Then we need to provide that kind of flexibility to the parents, So sometimes, because most of the time the intake assessment is being conducted here in the center, but if one of my colleagues is in a different team whereby she's working from home, then we may arrange in such a way that my colleague will be conducting her assessment in the school instead of in this center. So that's how we actually tends to move around and manage it, while doing our best not to make it less cumbersome for the parents. For the word of advice is that do approach your school personnel, form teachers, or even the AEDs, especially to parents, to let them know about this program, because the referral has to be made from the school, right? So parents are not able to kind of like walk in and just refer themselves in. You can't do that. So our advice to parents is to approach their form teachers or the allied educators in the school, and to let them know that you want your child to be referred to the Itinerant Support Service, and they will help you with the process of referral. It's a very good question, but at the same time it's a tough question. Because ISS program is a very structured program. So being a structured program and fully funded program, we have a funding agreement and service model that we need to align with. But my aim, if something that I hope for, for ISS, is that it can basically expand. I would say expand, but more of like evolve to the change in times, like in terms of technicality, because like right now, even the Zoom, all the meetings are all online right now, and I think it's going to be like that. And I think as we evolve to this new situation, I think it's really good to equip ourselves with all the technical know-how so that we are be able to be more mobile. We are able to assess the students, be it remotely or even face to face. Of course, there's pros and cons in it, but in the long run, I think in ISS department itself, we need to have this solid knowledge on the use of different kind of communication technology. So that's what I hope.
Okay, just that I would encourage them to not to be afraid, to step forward, to share, because most of them, they are afraid to step up, to share with us on their problems, family issues, etc. So, and to gain help until we check in with them, and then we realize that we are actually struggling with all these issues at home. So it would be good that just take up the courage, share it with us, and then we will try our utmost best to assist them in any way.